All right, here we go. The review. I'm going to try to do this one just the first 2 pages, and then I'll do the other 2 later on. All right, so we're going to rewrite this in exponential form. Now remember, the base of the log is the base of the exponent. So we're going to put the 3 as the base. This is your exponent, so it's squared, and then equals 9. Now, this has to be true, too. So 3 squared equals 9, which is true. All right? So now this one, here and again, here's our base. So we have 1/2. Here's our exponent, -2. And then it's equal to 4. All right? And then the last one, our base is 8. Our exponent is 3. And it's equal to 512. All right, so that's the first 3. Those should be easy for you. All right, the next, evaluate each expression round to the nearest or 3 decimals if necessary. Okay, so the first one, you can do it one of 2 ways. You can use your change the base formula and get the answer, or you can just do this. Make this an x, so we got 5 to the x power equals 125. And 125 is 5 to the 3rd power. So that means that x equals 3. So the answer is 3. All right. This one the same way. We put an x. So we got 8 to the x power equals 1. And the only way we can get this to be a 1 is if we make that x a 0. All right. So 0. So you can write it like this. 8 to the x equals 8 to the 0 power. And then x equals 0. But remember, anything to 0 power is 1. All right, and then in this one, we got 12 to the x power equals 12. And it's always considered to be a 1, so here x equals 1. All right, log 8, you're just putting that in the calculator. All right, these are the ones you're going to have to round. So again, putting it in the calculator. All I do is I hit log and then 8 and then enter. And I get 0.90308, so 0.903. All right, and then the same way with this one, but this is the ln, the natural log, so it's ln of 10, and then enter, and that's 2.303. All right, don't worry. These ones you have to round properly. All right, so that's those. All right, next one you have to just determine if it's exponential decay or exponential growth. So all you got to do is find that x and then look at the number beside it. If the number is bigger than 1, it's growth. If it's less than 1, it's decay. Well, 3 divided by 2 is 1.5. 1.5 is bigger than 1, so this one is growth. All right, here's our x. Beside it, we have 1/4. 1/4 is less than 1, so it is decay. Here's our x. Beside it, we have a 3. So that 3 is bigger than 1, so that one is growth. All right, and that's the first page. All right, second page. We're doing addition and then we're doing subtraction. We're doing both of these on this. All right, so let's see. Let's start with f of x plus g of x. This is the easy one because all you really have to do is combine your like terms. Well, we have 3x cubed. We have a negative 2x squared. And we have an x squared. So signs are different. We subtract, take sign of a higher number, so it becomes a negative 1x squared. And then we have a positive 5x and a positive 7x, which gives us a positive 12x. And then we have a negative 1 and a negative 1, which gives us a negative 2. All right, then we'll do f of x minus g of x. So remember, when we're doing that, all right, well, I'll write it down. This one I'll write down. So we got 3x cubed minus 2x squared plus 5x minus 1 minus x squared plus 7x minus 1. So again, when we're doing subtraction, you change this to a plus, you make these the opposite. So this becomes a negative, this becomes a negative, and this becomes a positive. So now I got 3x cubed, no other x cubed terms. I have a negative 2x squared and a negative 1x squared gives me a negative 3x squared. I have a positive 5x, a negative 7x, which gives me a negative 2x. And then I have a negative 1 and a positive 1, and they cancel out. So that would be my answer. All right. So this one, f of x plus g of x, they're the same. All right, they're like terms. All right, they're both x to the 2/3, so we just add them together, and we get 7x to the 2/3. And then when we're doing subtraction, minus g of x, we're doing the subtraction, we just subtract it, and we get 1x to the 2/3. All right. All right, next we have multiplication. All right, so for the first one, multiplying, again, to multiply, you multiply the numbers that are out front, and then these we have to add. All right, so we keep the x and we add the exponents. So 1/4 plus 1/3. All right, so the common denominator here will be 12. 12. All right, so we get 4x. So it's over 12 plus over 12. So the 4 we have to multiply by 3 to get 12. So we have to multiply the top by 3. The 3 we have to multiply it by 4. So we have to multiply the top by 4. And then I add them. So I got 4x to the 7/12. I knew that went off screen a little bit. All right. Next. Let's see, we have multiplying, so 4 times 2 gives us 8, and then x, and then we have 1 plus a negative 1/2. So again, we need a common denominator, so that just means we'd have to make that 2/2. So I got 8x to the 2/2 plus a negative 1/2. So I get 8x to the 1/2. All right, and then next we're doing division. So I got f of x, so 6x to the 7th over g of x, 3x to the 3rd. So 6 divided by 3 is 2. X to the 7th divided by x to the 3rd. Again, we keep the variable and we subtract top minus the bottom, which gives us a 4. All right, then number 17, I got 3x to the 4th over x squared. 3 divided by 1 is 3. X to the 4th divided by x to the 2nd. Again, we subtract, and I get x to the 2nd. All right, next, 18. I got x to the 5/2 equals 32. Again, we got to get rid of that 5/2, so we do the reciprocal power, 2/5. 2/5. All right, and I get x equals 4. Again, all you get to do is put that in the calculator. So I put it in the calculator, it looks like this. 32 to the, and then parenthesis, 2 divided by 5. All right, not sure if you can see that or not. And then I hit enter, and I got 4. All right. All right, next one. First thing we got to do is we have to isolate this, so we have to get rid of this. So I add 2/5. So now I got x to the 1/3 equals 2/5. So now we get rid of that 1/3 by, again, doing a reciprocal. The reciprocal of 1/3 is 3/1, which is just 3. So they cancel out. So I get x equals 2 to the 3rd over 5 to the 3rd. 2 to the 3rd is 8. 5 to the 3rd is 125. All right, And then number 20. I'm going to divide both sides by 4 first, because again, we have to isolate this variable. So I got to get rid of that 4, so divide by 4. I get x to the 3/4 equals 27. Now we got to get rid of this 3/4 power, so we do 4/3. 4/3. And when I put that in the calculator, x to the 4/3 gives me 81. And again, if you want to see that in the calculator, I'll show you that in the calculator. So I got 27 to the parenthesis 4 divided by 3 and enter. And there we go, 81. Alright, so there's the first 2 pages.